Homecoming opponents are traditionally pushovers, but not Adelanto's in 2018. Fountain Valley is ranked in the top 10 of CIF Division 8. The undefeated Barons are favored to snap the Saints' 4-game winning streak. What does first-year coach Ghalee Wadood hope to see from his Saints?
I hope we just come out with our same intensity that we always have. I would like to start out fast on offense. Hopefully we can score first and get on the board first and control the momentum. We actually have to step up to their intensity tonight. If we can match their intensity, we should be all right.
Fountain Valley interrupts Adelanto's opening possession, picking off the Saints' pass at the Adelanto 33. This is to be a game of an overabundance of penalties. Fountain Valley's initial first down, courtesy of back-to-back encroachment penalties against the Saints. The frequency of flags flying and enormity in the number of penalties enough to make one's head spin. The Barons' opening drive set back when their pass receiver is called for hurdling. A leading with the helmet penalty against Adelanto advances Fountain Valley to the Saints' 16. On 4th and short at the 9, the high snap sails through the Baron player's hand. Hosia Stokes, with his first enormous play of the night, scoops it up in full stride at the 20 and sprints 80 yards to score. Adelanto had sealed their first win of the year on a similar play, a high snap sailing over the Hesperia quarterback's head and a tackle in the end zone for the 2-point safety that closed out scoring in the 3-point win against the Scorpions. Gabriel Perez drills the extra point, and the Saints go on top 7-0, 5.5 minutes into the game. Hosia Stokes halts the second Fountain Valley possession with the pass interception. The Saints' offense sets up shop at midfield. They drive 45 yards to a 1st and goal at the 3 before the Barons' goal line defense turns them back. Unable to punch it in or score on the short pass, this Adelanto drive ends with a missed field goal. This is Fountain Valley from their own 36. The scrambling quarterback goes out of bounds. We see a penalty flag fly for a late hit and an early indication of increasing hostilities between Barons and Saints players. That's difficult to regulate. You want to match the opponent's intensity, but that comes at the expense of over-aggressive late hits by your defense. Many flags are thrown this night for leading with the helmet or late hits by players from both sides. Adelanto begins its next possession deep in their own territory. A penalty on Hosia Stokes' punt return has them moved back to their own 17. Marshawn Buchanan carries for 14 yards and a first down. We go to second quarter action. Following an exchange of punts, this Saints drive began at their own 37. 74 is right guard Tyler Raymond. The center, 64, Norman Gomez. Gomez blocks down, and Marshawn Buchanan carries across midfield for a first down. From the 31, Hosia Stokes combines speed with balance, slashing past one Baron defender and eluding the tackle of another near the goal line. Hosia Stokes, a junior, one of Coach Ghalee Wadood's versatile players who serves as a running back on offense, cornerback on defense, and he runs back punts and kickoffs. The second Hosia Stokes TD is followed by a surge of scoring where 4 touchdowns are scored in the final 5 minutes of the second quarter. Fountain Valley's second TD comes when their defender scoops up a fumble and runs it in. This pulls the Barons within 1. They'll go for 2 on the conversion and fail. 5 minutes before halftime, the Saints' lead has been cut to 14-13. 2 minutes later, Marshawn Buchanan scores from 9 yards out, and Adelanto's lead is back up to 8, 21-13. Marshawn Buchanan finishes with 189 yards on 23 carries. This Hosia Stokes' 7-yard run comes with 40 seconds on the clock before intermission, but the Barons add their third second quarter touchdown with 7 seconds to go before halftime. Adelanto's lead is 28-19 at the half. Third quarter scoring is confined to Gabriel Perez's field goal from 21 yards out that gives the Saints a 31-19 lead entering the fourth quarter. The Saints had dodged a bullet 2 plays earlier. Quarterback Jalen Yancey loses the ball near the goal line, but officials rule the defender went helmet to helmet. And what would have been a 95-yard fumble return for a touchdown is nullified. The Saints nearly had another fumble recovery for a touchdown in this third quarter. This is Fountain Valley's trick play, handing off to their right guard. Contact with the turf creates the fumble. Otherwise, it is 6 points Adelanto. This leading with the helmet call against the Fountain Valley tackler precedes Adelanto's win-clinching touchdown. Marshawn Buchanan feels the full impact of helmet-to-helmet contact, stunning the Saints' marquee running back. The 15-yard penalty moves the ball across midfield to the Barons' 40. Very next play, more Hosia Stokes talent on display. Starting off power sweep left, cutting back and racing the 40 yards to the end zone untouched. In 14 carries this night, 179 yards rushing for Hosia Stokes. The game's final scoring comes with 10.5 minutes still to play. That's plenty of time for some outstanding defensive efforts by the Saints. Fountain Valley's quarterback forced from the pocket and dropped by 250-pound senior Fabian Allen. 2 plays later, it is Nighty Steve Wilson with the sack. We have to rely on the PA announcer to identify this Saints defender, as the Adelanto roster posted on Max Prep does not list any players with numbers in the 80s nor 90s. Steve Wilson, Nighty. Player number 1 again makes his presence felt. Hosia Stokes with his second pass interception. Versatile and durable. This night he takes a beating and keeps competing. Tyree Meeks, 6, leads kickoff coverage on special teams. On this kickoff, the senior linebacker lists at 5'9", 185. Tyree Meeks leads the Saints in tackles this game, 3 solo stops and 8 assists, in addition to 1 forced fumble and another fumble recovery. The final Fountain Valley possession ends with Steve Wilson batting away the 4th down pass attempt. Adelanto has won 5 games in a season for the first time in school history. What factors have turned the Saints program around?
Belief, confidence. I can just get the kids to continue to believe in themselves, the program will continue to turn around. So it's all confidence.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks for these comments.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Midway's action highlights and soundbites, brought to you by Midway Home Solutions. Midway features a huge selection of kitchen appliances, home and laundry appliances, electronics, furniture, and mattresses. Midway Home Solutions. Terry Kurtz here, throwing you an invitation to catch the 30-minute action highlights program, your High Desert Sports Report, showing daily on the Victor Valley Television Network, victorvalleytv.com.